Hi, Sterling Allen here, PESN.com. Today is June 20th, 2015. We're on the second day of the testing at the Roche demo. They're running at 15 kilowatts. We don't have it started yet. We're going to start up here in a minute. And I'm just going to give you a quick tour of the location. There, of course, is the tube that's going to be tested. I'm over here next to the generator with my computer. The webcam is sitting there on top. And there's a bit of a delay between what's showing on YouTube versus what's actually happening. And I can't figure out yet how long the delay, but it's pretty substantial. And I would guess at least 10 seconds. So we'll turn her on, and I've got my American plug into their mains power. Just to set up here so that you know, they will, first of all, they take the power from the mains. They take an air hose from the mains power. They hook it up to this nozzle here, into the air tank, and they then we'll crank this handle here to get it started, manually turn it, and that will get the air will start filling the chambers, and they will start rising up through this column. And that rotation, when it gets fast enough, when this generator gets going fast enough, they will then switch on this air compressor, and they will disconnect the hose from main, and we will be self-looped at that point. And what we want to show you, yesterday they took this up off the ground with a forklift to show that there are no wires coming from underneath there. We looked underneath here, there's no wires under here. And we did infrared measurements around this. There's no wires that we can detect coming to it from underneath the ground. So this, and we also checked the infrared around this. We show that there is no wires going up through the legs of this. There's no heat signature going up. So as far as we can tell, the only source of energy is coming from this generator, which is being powered by this system, which is being powered by this compressed air. People in the column are saying that there's a hidden... I can tell you from the weight from this thing that there's nothing inside of here. Yeah, we're going to...
Done it.
You've already done it, and there's nothing in there. Do you want to give a quick explanation of what happened there?
We took the lid off, and there's just the regular wiring you'd expect in a generator in there. There's nothing additional in that unit at all. We've also flued right round the wooden top here, I think it's wood, and we've found no heat signature of any white cabling anywhere in this whole area. The floor, the support beams, and this sort of very thick wooden sort of top.
That's Stuart Campbell from the PESN forum. He keeps you guys moderated.
And he'd like to kill a few as well.
You'd like to cut a few as well. Okay, I think we're ready to get this started. Should we get this fired up? Okay, here we go.
But a lot of people see this camera checking.
What time is it? 1:30, 1:33 or 1:43? Is that local? That was about a minute from the time that he plugged that in So it's now self-looped, powering this load, and it is operational. Meters are reading 400 volts, about 13, 12 plus 12.5 amps. This one's quite a bit higher than these two. They're not the same level. Yeah, I did. And also show how it wiggles like an air hose. Yeah. Yeah. And also, could you get a clamp on that meter?
Yes.
Let's do that too.
Who has an amp meter?
Okay. Is it on?
Yeah.
0 amps going through that air hose. Okay.
Not too much.
Okay.
You can go here. So you see the connection?
0 amps going through that hose.
You follow the hose there.
0 amps going through that hose.
Go with the camera around here.
That shows it.
You want to go there also? Now just as a reality check, let's put it on the generator. And now put it on there. But watch, you have to pull over everything.
Yeah, it's all the same. It should, if they're all in line, but it should show something just because they're not going to be exact. So they should cancel each other out, but they're not going to do that.
Why doesn't it show? I'm not an electrician. You have to get the wires.
Okay, so here's the meter for the building. It's just inside. I mean, it's really close to the. I'm just going to show you visually, so you can see how fast it's turning. Go a little closer, and so hopefully that's enough time that you can calibrate how fast that's turning. And I'm going to visually show you where we're going. There's Mr. Doman.
All right.
And John Berwin. And there's so you know it's only going to take you. So there's how that's how close it is. Okay. It's just 10-15 second walk from one to the other. I just commenting on camera that it's only a 10 to 15 second walk from there to here, because they were saying, how do you get in less than a minute from reading that meter to reading that meter? But it's a 10 or 15 second walk. 10 seconds is 10 meters. The timestamp will be on the camera, and I'll be able to tell you what time it is. It's about the same time, 24 hours later, that we measured this yesterday, and it's barely consumed about 3 kilowatt hours or something like that. I think it was 83.5 or anyway, we've got that, and I'll compare it. Hi, Sterling Allen here, PESN. They just turned on the plexiglass unit. They replaced the module that had burned up, and so it's now running as of 3 o'clock Germany time. Around it, it's probably a little bit before that. And this one's on wheels, so obviously has no.
One of the major problems we have at the moment is that this one, because it was never built for constant running, it's just a show plant, and that one is broken.
You want to replace
and it makes no sense only to replace that, because there are so many other parts on the world. This has to be totally refurbished.
Yeah.
And because any losing bubble is loss of energy.
Yeah. What's that? Yesterday we were looking at this, the other one that's been disassembled. we saw that that fitting is solid. There's no sponginess to it. It's not like it's pushing into a rubber type of seating. It's just, those are both very firm plastic as it goes into connection there. There's no give, there's no sponginess or springiness to that connection. Obviously it's on wheels, so you can show there's no power coming up to it. So this is the load that is powering. How many watts?
120 each.
120 each.
It's a small fill.
What's that?
Bring the air to the right point.
About 1.93 amps and 232 volts. Air compressor.
80 watt low. 40 including the pump.
So the pump, how much energy does the pump take?
Well, I don't know.
How much energy does the compressor take?
Between 80 and 90 watt.
What's this right here?
Oh, this is just a measurement box.
Oh, okay. And we looked inside there yesterday. They don't want us taking pictures inside. Have people...
And the box is lifted, so you put the bleed, look between the plate and that one.
Here, you can lift it up.
Oh?
You lift it up.
Yes. You could look between.
The size of the batteries in there, what's the calculation of how long the system could run on those batteries if they were...
The starting battery?
Yeah.
Less than 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah. And
You can see the battery in your car if you forget to switch off the lights. Yeah, you
Yeah.
see how fast the battery is gone.
right.
And it's much less, it's only 40 watts.
The main noise you hear is from the system over there, putting out about 16.56 kilowatt. The system. Just so you know, I'm going to go over there so you can see that that's where the noise is coming from. This air compressor right here powering this load, self-looped to that generator. Supposedly the chain system's able to handle, and the flotation system could put up to 60 kilowatts, but the generator that they have on it is only capable of about 22 kilowatts. They're running it at 18 kilowatts yesterday. I'm not sure what the difference is today. .56 kilowatts. see what's on top. Going to get an angle with the FLIR infrared camera showing all.
Please be careful with the chains.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Let's go from this side so that the electric cable is on the other side. So let's go on the other side and look at it this way, so that
It's still starting up. Still starting up, sorry.
still starting up. You said?
Starting up.
Oh, the camera's still starting up.
Yeah.
Okay. Watch your head, man.
We're getting a bit of reflection there, I suppose.
Let's go on the back side.
Yeah. But over there, not.
Let's go around. Can you get an angle from like up here so that you don't see the cable or the generator, and you can see all four legs at the same time?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get that angle, isn't it?
There's no heat there.
Yeah, I'm uploading them. The one's already up.
Nothing there, but you'll get the heat like there's the generator and the cable and the chains. start to get a little bit of reflection there.
Get it so this is out of view, so you're just getting the right side of that. Yeah, there we go.
Just get it to the right. Getting a reflection. Oh, again. So there we go. Degrees on the leg. Look at the heat of the generator and then the cable down the side.
He's got his camera. Oops. There we go. Yeah.
There.
On the FLIR camera, we're looking at some heat. That's just his camera that's
The GoPro.
holding. Okay, let's look at the generator. This is after it's been off for an hour or more. Still got a lot of heat. And let's go on the side now. Okay.
It's got all the legs on the table. Just recalibrating. Let's step back so we get the better shot. That's John on the right hand side. There's the generator, still very hot in comparison. No heat signatures in the floor, which would still be there if there was any hidden cabling.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere else you want to look, Sterling?
That's
It's just a person on the right. It's
how hot is the chain?
pretty much cooled down. It's still showing some heat. Let's have a look there. It's about 20.
Let's look at the cable. That now there's no electricity going through it.
Let's take it off.
That's just the floor that you're seeing.
Yeah, but it's just sort of.
barely see it.
We might be getting just too much reflection here at this stage. Yeah. I'd have to come right back up. We should be able to pick it up from here. If there's anything there. There we go.
19.5C.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really cooled down.
Also going to do a view underneath the table here. Let's see. Bolts.
Oh. It would have come up showing. Well, look at them now. Yeah, we're getting reflections.
Okay, we're going to just roll it. He stopped it so that they can roll it. Let's go back so we're in view of the web. We've got the webcam right there. So if we come back into view of the webcam.
Hey, we're talking about 1 ton.
What's that?
It's close to 1,000 kilos.
Right. I'm just saying, we can move it back here now because I've got my webcam right. Well, I can move it. Never mind.
Oh, again, back to the same place or what?
This is fine. This is fine.
Okay.
I can see why they wanted it. Start it up again. Which buttons do I push?
First of all, here you see here, now in a moment, nothing works. Even here. So now we have to connect the battery, start it. And now we have energy. Okay, Sterling Allen here, PESN. We just turned off the 15 kilowatt system, and we also turned off, this one was getting hot, so they turned it off. They'll turn it on again in a minute. And they're going to drain the water out of the system. It's been running for 7 hours, and so they're now going to bring in the hose, and they're going to drain this thing. It's 3:50 p.m. Germany time right now.
Waterproof motor. Sure, if you would.
It hasn't been. I take that back. It hasn't been 7 hours. It's been. It started at. What time was it? Anyway, I've got that on the web when we started it.
Ognia! Tak.
They're spinning it up manually. You were turning it manually just now, right?
We were holding it back.
Oh, so now they just let go, and so it's
That was the remaining air.
okay. They were holding it back, and then they let go of it, and that was the remaining air going up. Yeah, now it's. They are draining the system. We should get. Do you have a video camera? Yep. We should be doubling up on this.
This is the quarter from India as well. Well, there's not better. Well. I see the source.
What does that look like? Oh, that's just a video camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can check the hidden wire, because the hidden wire should be still lighting.
It would be, that would be good to document the heat of the water coming out.
What you did during it was running, you checked it. Now you take your travel camera, and there should be still something very hot. Try to find if you know, find now the place which is so hot that it could be the hidden part you are looking for. Just try it, because it still has to be there.
Yep. It lasts for ages, the heat lasts for ages, so we just follow the code.
Okay, I'm going to pause it and take some still shots. I'm going to turn it back on. The local time is it'd be 4:34 German time. The lights apparently are plugged into some battery system that's tied in there. Disconnecting the battery. And it is running. And over here, we've got every once in a while, as the water comes down, there's enough difference in the weight of the systems that have water in them to the ones that don't, that it starts spinning again, overcoming the friction of the chain. When was the last time it did it?
Oh, they've been manually turning the wheel.
Uh-huh.
These floats will start jiggling around, and then it's time to do the wheel just to bring them down a bit. 32, that's number 32, and we start off at 1.
Did it just barely do it? When was the last time it did it?
A couple of minutes ago, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Yes, it just barely did it. It didn't take much.
So it turns, what, a couple at a time?
Yes, well, it turned quite a few, but now it's getting lower and lower.
Oh, right, so it's going to be less, yeah. There's the water level. You can see it coming down. Get you an idea what the lowering rate is. You can just barely tell visually that it's dropping. Yeah. He's pulling the chain over here. Sterling Allen.
Eric.
Hi, Eric.
Hello.
And you, what's your role in all of this?
I'm here to look
Oh, okay.
and just write down what I see without any prejudice against or pro. Because that's what
On
scientists
behalf
should do.
of.
Wie gesagt, ich habe dann auch ganz so hier Traceroute-Befehl. Ja, wie sieht's aus? Da kommt die IP-Adresse her.
It's now, yes, it's coming down.
Just in there somewhere.
Yeah, just in there somewhere. So what's your plan to, when it empties, what's your
Warum ich bin? Ich habe gesagt, keine Videos bitte. Warum ich bin? Ich wollte mal gucken, wie geht das mal duplizieren? Duplizieren meine ich, sagen wir mal, blub, blub, blub.
He does that and comes up again. He pulls the water out, so it starts to
Yeah.
flow.
Yeah.
So after a
Wenn ich
while.
sage, ich habe mein Auto frei. Könnt ihr das mal sagen? Ja, kann ich. Das machen wir mal. Ja, ich habe mein Auto frei. Habt ihr das verstanden? Ja. Gut. Also kommt duplizieren vor Verstehen.
So the other unit's ticking along.
Aber wenn man dann sagt, okay, schaut mal, das sagt er. Und wenn man fragt, hat man irgendwie Info. Es ist keiner, der das wirklich dupliziert hat und gesagt hat, wir campen. Aber dafür sind die nicht da.
Well, so it's the principle.
Die Raum ist sicher bekannt, der Spielspiel, die ich habe so gesagt, ich lasse die einfach mal kommen und krieg das Ding ab. Ich habe ja nicht verliert. Ich bin weder hier vertraglich noch mit irgendjemandem.
You know, it's the
Ich stehe von mir selber und von meinen. Deswegen habe ich gesagt, so. Was haben Sie jetzt erlebt? Sie waren, ich bin gegangen und da haben Sie es beleidigt oder was war?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe whatever we do.
I should mention that one of the things going on here is, what was I going to say? Got a brain fart. We're going to go ahead and turn this off again so it doesn't overheat the circuit. It is now 5:03 p.m. So go ahead and turn it off. Go ahead and turn it off. I'll watch you do it. Just like that. the emergency shut-off button. Stop! And that's it.
That's it.
Then just take it. You have to deliver. If you don't deliver, the business will.
Especially when you carry on, doesn't it? I mean, it turns people off seeing too much of that.
I just remembered what I was told earlier today about this process that we're going through right now of draining the tube is not something that they like doing, obviously. And typically they say, you know, if you want to see that, it's going to be 500 euros as a gratuity or whatever. If you want to pay 500 euros, then maybe we'll do it if we like you. That's normal. So we really appreciate them doing this for us, for the audience, and they'll also be able to send their people who are skeptical about this to the video that we're doing here, so that you can see here's what it looks like. So if you want to pay the 500 euros or more or whatever, then you can maybe have them do this for you too. But just, it's a lot of effort. It takes 8 hours to fill this tube once they've emptied it. You see the size of the fire hose. When they have a normal hose filling it, it takes a lot longer to fill it. So 8 hours to fill it, and they've got to have someone here when it's, if they can't just do it overnight and in the morning it's trickling out the top. So they've got to have somebody to be able to be here to shut it off when it's full. So it's a lot of effort on their part to do that. And we're hoping to, by having this documented on camera today, to reduce the number of people that want to have something like that done because it's already been done.
How many more vendors are going to be free? Okay, there's a safe place to live. And you don't think they will do it. But you have to prove it. The proof is in the pudding.
See, if that is not approved, then I do not know what it is.
One of the questions that, I've got this skeptic voice in my head, not my own, but just thinking on behalf of the skeptics, is the space between here, between the two chain systems, and how much, if I could get a visual of kind of the mechanics of, for example, the skeptic might say, well, maybe there's something in the middle, in between here. You've got
you mean we have underwater batteries?
Underwater batteries.
Believe me, we stop immediately to sell power plants. I sell batteries.
This is the guy I was talking to this morning who was surprised that we were going to be emptying it because that's a big ordeal, and was telling me that it's usually 500 euros if you want to have that done.
It'll be quite heavy at 16. No, nothing, not light.
And did you get accustomed to Germany? Not really.
Czekaj, no muszę palce do czegoś.
Dobra, ja ramkę mam.
Dobra, bierz ramkę, zabieraj.
I teraz wezmę, trzymaj tą szczepkę, żeby
Trzymasz na żeby cię?
trzymaj. Tu, bardzo.
No dobra, dobra.
Ja ją trzymam.
So, feel free to dive. One is fine.
Ich möchte das sauber machen. Ich möchte das sauber machen. Das ist dann.
Dann mach weiter. Ja.
That's a big wheel in there, isn't it?
Ach, sauber machen.
Du kommst nicht um die Ecke. Conny, komm nicht von hier. Was soll ich von da sauber machen? Komm nicht rum.
Up the tube, the light top, nothing on that side. Now I've got the camera in the middle, and I'm pointing up. You can see the light. Inside the tube. There's maybe a 2-inch clearance between the tubes in the middle here. And then here's the chain assembly. You can see the chain wheel there. We're getting right near the bottom there. Reflecting. And you can see this is the bubble. This is the air apparatus, the tube. And I'm pointing up the tube along the back side. So I'm right next to the window. You can see all the way up. There. Yeah, do you want me to hold it for you?
Yeah, there's water, that's true.
But Sterling, you have to dive deeper to find the hidden engine.
And you have to have a hard hat on.
Ty trzymasz szybę, Damian, tak? Dobra, to Damian, ty trzymaj szybę.
Jakbyś przytrzymał tą
think I see the door to the basement.
Tu masz szybę? Ja będę odkrywał uszczelkę.
Yeah, that's where everything is.
You see, even that, yeah? It's
Okay.
10 cubic per quarter, 11 tons of item weight, 21 tons per square meter. If you show me the ceiling of the basement,
Nice, thank you.
we will be able to make it. We have another conventional interface.
Now I'm putting my camera in the small hole, and I'm pointing up in the middle. Set to the middle. And I've got rust blood on me. Now I'm going to point down. Of course, there's still water in this one.
This one's waterproof.
I would not think so.
Is it waterproof?
I don't think so. So you can see, I'm judging that the bottom of the tube is maybe, just looking from the outside here in, is maybe 4 inches from the bottom of the tank. Maybe. And now I'm going to put my camera, if I can, on the inside, pointing up on the back side.
Ich möchte jetzt einfach mal ausprobieren. Mit einer Koordination, hier kann man da reingucken.
Okay,
Wie tief ist es?
Ich weiß, wie tief das ist. Ich hatte meine Knochen schon.
can't tell what I'm doing.
So,
Let's see here. Could we move it just about 6 inches? Okay. Keep going. Keep going. About 6 inches. Okay. You've only moved about a half an inch. We want to go to about 6 inches.
Let's talk metric to these guys.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. About 3 times that much. Keep going. Perfect, right there. That's good. Thank you.
Stop.
Stop.
Now I'm going to put my camera up in here. There. You can see up the back side that there's nothing there. I can see that in the viewer.
So again, I give you some light from here.
There's a connector just barely separated right there.
Are you happy with the light?
Now I'm going to point up in from this side. I'm going to take some still shots now, so I'm going to pause this so there's going to be an interruption in the video sequence. We've been running 11 minutes. Okay, now we're going to go up the panel. Let me show you KPP technology, and we're going to go inside so you can see us go in. Through the window and see up inside the chamber, up to the middle, out to the outside, looking up. Now I'm looking down, and then going back into the middle, and I'm looking down, and I'm going to keep looking down and coming out. Okay, we're looking down at the bottom of the tank. Just outside, going inside, looking down at the bottom. I've got a light. There's just about 4 inches of water in the bottom because that's the drainage level. He offered to take the water completely to the bottom just to siphon it out, but I don't see a reason to. I can see that there's nothing down there just visually looking. I've got a light here shining in. You can also look from in here. Now we're on the other side, the small window, looking down. And there's nothing down there. Now we're looking. You can see a support structure down there as you turn this light back and forth. There's like a framework down there in the bottom. But as we said earlier, that is the idea of hidden cable in here makes no sense because you'd have to convey it through the hose, and we disconnected the hose, and so there couldn't be any power coming from the tower. If there's any trickery at all, it has to be coming from here, and we ruled that out by looking at the fluorescent and all. Anyway, that's a different story. Let's go back over here. Okay, we're going from outside, going in through the big window, and we're going to go up. We're going to look up through the middle to the top, and I'm pushing the camera forward as far as I can reach in, coming back toward me, pointing up, and now I'm going to come out, and now I'm going to point it down. I'm going to go in over here against the wall, and then I'm going to point the camera down so you can see there's nothing there, and then I'm going to point the camera up toward the top. You can see that there's nothing there, and let's do the same thing on the other side. Come over here, and I'm going to saw down. I'm going to point up on this side toward the top. Here's the top. And I'm going to push the camera in as far as I can go. See nothing over there. And down. And I'm going to go in and point on the side. And I'm going to point down at the bottom. Then I'm going to put the camera up. There, it's pointed up. Oh, thank you. Okay, here we are, kind of a stand back shot. You can see both of the glasses that have been removed, the windows from the tube. There's the casing. I didn't get it still.
I do see there's a plug in, but it's a bit wire.
The water's taking a lot longer now. The hose is pretty squishy. Not a lot of elevation to push that water out of there.
With water, it's not good.
Wasser ist dann.
Reicht doch, wenn wir den aufmachen, dann kann man doch reingucken. Oder? Dann natürlich besser ist das. Okay, alles klar.
No hidden wires. Now, how do you get all the
Wenn der
batteries
Finger
through?
zu dick ist, dann dürfen Sie auch was anderes vom Körper nehmen und reinstecken.
This?
Well, if it's not coming through there, you don't need to do that one.
No, don't do that one.
Yeah, this just one is fine.
Just one is fine.
Yeah.
There won't be any wires going through there. That'd be crazy.
Okay, I'm showing that you can see the bottom with the light shone down through here at this low water level. You can see the bottom, and it does go to the bottom of the tank. I've got this light here. Set it over here. The camera doesn't seem to be picking it up as well as to see it in person, but you can tell that it goes all the way to the bottom of the tank, and there's nothing down there.
Ich weiß, die Frage stellt sich